My friends, today we embark on a journey that promises to transform not just your finances, but your very understanding of prosperity. We will uncover an ancient secret, a timeless wisdom passed down through generations that has the power to turn a modest sum into a fortune. This is not about get-rich-quick schemes or speculative ventures. It is about a profound principle rooted in our sacred texts, a principle that, when applied with faith and diligence, yields extraordinary results. This is the secret Jewish money rule that can turn $1,000 into $100,000, step by step. It is a path of blessing, a path of growth, and a path that aligns your material pursuits with your spiritual purpose. Prepare to have your perspective shifted, your doubts dispelled, and your potential unlocked. The journey begins now. I am Rabbi David, and for decades I have had the privilege of studying and teaching the profound wisdom of our tradition, particularly as it applies to every aspect of life, including our financial well-being. Many people believe that spirituality and money are separate, even opposing forces. They imagine a chasm between the sacred and the mundane. But our tradition teaches us otherwise. It reveals that true prosperity is not merely about accumulating wealth, but about understanding its divine source and its potential for good in the world. It is about becoming a conduit for blessing, a partner in creation. The Torah, our foundational text, is not just a book of laws and narratives. It is a blueprint for existence, a guide to living a full and meaningful life. And within its verses, and further expounded in the vast ocean of the Talmud, lie principles that are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. These principles are not magic, but they are miraculous in their efficacy. They are not about luck, but about aligning yourself with the flow of divine abundance. The secret we are about to explore is not hidden in obscure codes, but woven into the very fabric of our ethical and financial teachings. It is a principle that encourages growth, discourages stagnation, and demands responsibility. It is a principle that recognizes the interconnectedness of all things and the power of consistent, intentional action. We often hear about tithing, about giving 10% of our earnings to charity. This is indeed a fundamental mitzvah, a commandment that opens the channels of blessing. But the secret Jewish money rule we are discussing today goes deeper than just tithing. It is a dynamic process, a continuous cycle of investment, growth, and reinvestment, all infused with a spiritual consciousness. Imagine you have $1,000. For many, this might seem like a small amount, barely enough to make a significant impact. But in the hands of someone who understands this ancient rule, $1,000 is a seed, a potent beginning. The first step is to view this money not as something to be hoarded or spent impulsively, but as a sacred trust, a resource entrusted to you by the Creator. This perspective shifts everything. It moves you from a mindset of scarcity to one of stewardship. It transforms your financial decisions from mere transactions into acts of spiritual significance. Our sages teach us that everything in this world belongs to God, and we are merely His caretakers. This understanding is crucial. When you recognize that your money is not truly yours, but a gift to be managed wisely, you approach it with a different kind of reverence and responsibility. The Talmud, in Tractate Bava Metzia, discusses various laws related to business and finance, and within these discussions, we find profound insights into ethical wealth creation. One of the core principles is the idea of not taking advantage of others, of fair dealings, and of ensuring that our business practices uplift society. This is not just about personal gain, it is about communal flourishing. The secret Jewish money rule at its heart is about consistent, disciplined investment and reinvestment, coupled with a deep spiritual awareness of purpose and giving. It is a multifaceted approach that combines practical financial strategies with ethical and spiritual principles. Let us break it down, step by step. The first step, as we mentioned, is to view your initial capital, your $1,000, as a seed. A seed has potential, but it needs to be planted, nurtured, and allowed to grow. It cannot remain dormant. In the world of finance, this means investing. But not just any investment. Our tradition emphasizes investments that are productive, that create value, that contribute to the well-being of others. This is not about speculation, but about building. The Talmud speaks of the importance of engaging in commerce, of being active in the marketplace, not just for personal sustenance, but as a way of participating in the divine act of creation, bringing order and prosperity to the world. So, with your $1,000, you seek out an opportunity to invest. This could be in a small business, a skill development course that enhances your earning potential, or even a carefully chosen, stable financial instrument that offers consistent returns. The key is that it must be an investment that you understand, that aligns with your values, and that has the potential for genuine growth. It is not about chasing fleeting trends, but about building a solid foundation. Now here is where the secret truly begins to unfold. Once your initial investment yields a return, even a small one, the temptation might be to spend that profit. But the Jewish money rule teaches us a different path. Reinvest a significant portion of your profits. This is the engine of exponential growth. It is the principle of compounding, understood and applied with spiritual intentionality. Our sages teach us about the concept of peru uravu, to be fruitful and multiply. While primarily referring to procreation, this principle extends to all areas of life, including our resources. We are meant to grow, to expand, to increase the blessings in the world. When you reinvest your profits, you are not just growing your money. You are actively participating in this divine mandate of multiplication. Let us say your $1,000, through diligent effort and wise investment, generates a $200 profit. Instead of spending that $200, you add it back to your principal, making your new investment capital $1,200. This might seem small at first, but the power of this consistent reinvestment is truly transformative over time. It is like planting a tree and then using some of its fruit to plant more trees, creating an orchard. The initial growth might be slow, but with each cycle of reinvestment, the base grows larger and the subsequent returns become more substantial. This requires discipline, patience, and a long-term vision. It requires resisting the immediate gratification for the sake of greater, more sustainable prosperity. This is not about deprivation, but about strategic delay of gratification, understanding that true abundance is built over time through consistent, purposeful action. The next crucial element of this secret rule is the concept of giving back. This is not an afterthought. It is an integral part of the growth process. Our tradition teaches us that the act of giving, of charity or tzedakah, is not merely an act of kindness, but an act of justice, a fundamental obligation. And it is also a powerful catalyst for further blessing. When you give a portion of your earnings, you are acknowledging that the source of all wealth is divine. You are demonstrating your trust in the Creator to provide for your needs, and you are opening yourself up to receive even more. The Talmud, in Tractate Tanit, states that tzedakah is equal to all the other commandments combined. It is a profound statement about the transformative power of giving. But how does this relate to turning $1,000 into $100,000? It relates in a deeply spiritual and practical way. When you give, you are not diminishing your resources. You are sanctifying them. You are imbuing your wealth with purpose beyond mere personal accumulation. This act of giving creates a spiritual channel, a flow of blessing that returns to you in unexpected ways. It could be through new opportunities, increased wisdom in your investments, or simply a deeper sense of peace and contentment that allows you to make better decisions. So, as your $1,000 grows to $1,200, then to $1,500, then to $2,000, you consistently set aside a portion for tzedakah. This is not just about giving 10%, it is about integrating giving into your financial strategy from the very beginning. It is about making it a non-negotiable part of your wealth creation journey. This consistent giving ensures that your wealth is not just growing in quantity, but also in quality and spiritual merit. It prevents the accumulation of wealth from becoming an end in itself, reminding you of your higher purpose. The fourth element of this secret rule is continuous learning and adaptation. The world is constantly changing, and so are financial markets and opportunities. Our tradition places an immense value on learning, on the pursuit of knowledge. The study of Torah, of our sacred texts, is considered one of the highest forms of worship. This intellectual curiosity and dedication to learning extends to all areas of life, including our financial endeavors. The wise person is always seeking to understand, to improve, to adapt. The Talmud is filled with debates and discussions, demonstrating the importance of critical thinking, of questioning, and of seeking deeper understanding. In the context of our financial journey, this means continuously educating yourself about your investments, about market trends, about new opportunities, and about the ethical implications of your financial decisions. It means not being complacent, but always striving to refine your strategies and expand your knowledge. If your initial investment is no longer yielding the desired returns, or if new, more productive opportunities arise, you must be willing to adapt. This does not mean chasing every fad, but it means being informed and flexible. It means understanding when to hold, when to adjust, and when to seek new avenues for growth. This continuous learning ensures that your $1,000, as it grows, is always being directed towards the most productive and ethical paths. It protects your capital and maximizes its potential for multiplication. The fifth, and perhaps most overlooked aspect of this secret Jewish money rule is patience and perseverance. The journey from $1,000 to $100,000 is not an overnight sprint. It is a marathon. It requires unwavering commitment, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks. Our history as a people is a testament to perseverance, to enduring through trials and tribulations with faith and hope. This same spirit must be applied to our financial journey. There will be times when your investments may not perform as expected. There will be moments of doubt, of frustration. But the secret Jewish money rule teaches us to remain steadfast, to continue with our disciplined approach of investment, reinvestment, and giving, even when the immediate results are not apparent. The Torah teaches us about the importance of working the land, of planting seeds and waiting patiently for the harvest. This agricultural metaphor applies perfectly to financial growth. You plant your seed, you nurture it, and you wait. You do not dig it up every day to see if it is growing. You trust in the process, and you trust in the divine blessings that accompany diligent effort. This patience is not passive. It is an active, hopeful waiting, coupled with continued effort and learning. It is the understanding that true wealth is built brick by brick, day by day, through consistent, intentional action. It is the antidote to the instant gratification culture that often leads to financial instability. Let us consider a practical example of how this might unfold. You start with $1,000. You invest it in a small online business venture that you have carefully researched and believe in. Perhaps you sell handmade crafts or offer a specialized service. Through your efforts, your $1,000 generates a profit of $200 in the first month. Following the rule, you reinvest $150 of that profit back into the business, perhaps buying more materials or investing in marketing. You also set aside $50 for tzedakah. Your new capital base is now $1,150. The next month, with increased capital and experience, your business generates a profit of $250. You reinvest $200 and give $50 to charity. Your capital base grows to $1,350. This process continues. Each month, you are not just earning. You are growing your capacity to earn. You are expanding your base, and you are consistently giving back. The numbers might seem small at first, but the compounding effect is powerful. Over time, as your capital base grows, the absolute value of your profits increases, and so does the amount you can reinvest. This is how $1,000, through consistent, disciplined application of this secret Jewish money rule, can indeed become $100,000 and even more. It is a journey of many small, intentional steps, each one building upon the last. This rule is not just about the mechanics of money, it is about the mindset of abundance and responsibility. It is about understanding that true wealth is not just what you possess, but what you create, what you share, and how you grow as a person through the process. It is about aligning your financial actions with your deepest spiritual values. Our tradition teaches us that wealth is a test, a responsibility. It is not given to us merely for our own pleasure, but to enable us to fulfill our purpose in the world, to contribute to its betterment. When we approach our finances with this mindset, our pursuit of wealth becomes a sacred endeavor. It becomes a path of personal growth, of spiritual refinement, and of making a positive impact on the world. The journey from 1,000 to 100,000 is not just a financial one. It is a journey of self-mastery, of faith, and of purpose. It teaches you discipline, patience, and the profound joy of giving. It transforms you from a passive recipient of circumstances into an active co-creator of your destiny. Remember, the principles we have discussed are not new. They are ancient, time-tested truths that have guided our people for millennia. They are woven into the fabric of our sacred texts and traditions. They are accessible to anyone willing to embrace them with an open heart and a disciplined mind. The secret Jewish money rule is not a magic formula, but a profound framework for living a life of financial prosperity and spiritual fulfillment. It is a call to action, a challenge to engage with your resources in a way that honors both your material needs and your spiritual aspirations. So, take that $1,000 or whatever amount you have and begin this journey today. Plant your seed, nurture it with consistent reinvestment, sanctify it with giving, cultivate it with continuous learning, and guard it with patience and perseverance. Watch as it multiplies, not just in monetary value, but in blessings for yourself, your family, and the world around you. The power to transform your financial reality lies within these ancient teachings. Embrace them, live them, and witness the extraordinary abundance that unfolds. It is a journey of faith, of wisdom, and of profound growth. The wisdom of our ancestors, enshrined in the Torah and elaborated upon in the Talmud, provides us with a profound framework for living a life of purpose and prosperity. This framework is not a rigid set of rules, but a dynamic guide that encourages growth, responsibility, and interconnectedness. It teaches us that our financial lives are not separate from our spiritual lives, but rather an integral part of our journey towards becoming more complete human beings. The journey of turning $1,000 into $100,000 is a testament to the power of these principles when applied with diligence and faith. It is a journey that requires us to cultivate certain virtues: patience, discipline, generosity, and a thirst for knowledge. These are not just financial virtues, they are life virtues that lead to fulfillment in all areas. Let us consider the concept of bitachon, trust in God. This is not a passive trust, but an active one. It means doing our utmost, applying all our intelligence and effort, and then trusting that the divine will guide our efforts to success. When we invest our money, we are exercising our hishtadlut, our effort. When we reinvest, we are demonstrating our discipline. When we give tzedakah, we are expressing our gratitude and our commitment to justice. And when we learn and adapt, we are showing our humility and our desire for wisdom. All these actions are infused with bitachon, a deep-seated trust that our efforts, when aligned with divine principles, will bear fruit. This trust allows us to navigate the inevitable challenges and uncertainties of the financial world with a sense of calm and purpose. It prevents us from being swayed by fear or greed and keeps us anchored in our values. The secret Jewish money rule is therefore not just a strategy for wealth accumulation. It is a spiritual practice. It is a way of engaging with the material world that elevates and sanctifies it. It is a path to becoming a true partner with the Creator in bringing blessing and abundance into the world. Think about the ripple effect of this approach. As your wealth grows, so does your capacity to give tzedakah, to support worthy causes, to create opportunities for others. Your financial success becomes a source of blessing not just for yourself and your family, but for your community and beyond. This is the ultimate goal of Jewish wealth: to be a source of light and goodness in the world. It is about using our resources to repair the world, to make it a better place. This is the true meaning of prosperity. It is not just about having more, but about being more and doing more good. So, my friends, I urge you to embrace this ancient wisdom. Do not let the simplicity of these principles deceive you. Their power lies in their consistent application, day in and day out, year after year. Start small, start now, and watch as your $1,000 transforms, not just into $100,000, but into a legacy of blessing and purpose. May your journey be filled with success, meaning, and abundant blessings. Remember, the key is patience and discipline. The Jewish money rule teaches us to save a portion of every dollar earned, no matter how small. Then, invest wisely, allowing time and compound interest to do their magic. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but a lifetime commitment to financial wisdom. Surround yourself with mentors, learn continuously, and give generously. Giving creates a flow of blessings that returns to you multiplied. When you align your financial goals with your values and community, your wealth becomes a tool for positive change, not just personal gain. So, take that first step today. Be consistent, be faithful, and watch the miracle unfold. Shalom.